I'm Ernesto from ConnectArt Media, and if you're a hard-working business owner in the trades of construction, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, and you have questions like, how do I get more leads or how do I grow my business online, you're in the right place. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down two simple strategies that can transform everything, but they have to be done properly. And that is a sales funnel and targeted meta ads. Sometimes people confuse these two, but they are not the same. But before we dive in, here is why this matters to me. I started as a cinematographer working in TV and local government. Back then, I thought that beautiful video was enough to help businesses grow, and we just focused on creating the most amazing visuals ever. But quickly we realized that video alone doesn't generate the results that we needed for our clients, because with our strategy, the visuals just fall flat. So I dove into marketing, and now I help blue-collar businesses like yours build authority and generate predictable leads online. So if you have questions like, what is a sales funnel? Why do I need a sales funnel? Or how does a sales funnel work for local service businesses? This is the place you want to be. So a sales funnel is the journey that your customer takes from discovering your business to finally hiring you, and everything in between. This is a sales funnel, technically. It's very simple. Awareness, consideration, and decision. 3 simple stages. Here is the mistake that most people make and what happens when you run ads without a sales funnel. So if you run ads, it's like, imagine you have a bucket of water, and yeah, that bucket right there, and you are putting water into this bucket, and you're paying for that water to come in. So this is costing you money. But imagine that bucket is full of holes. So now if you have that bucket full of holes, why would you put more water into it? The first thing you have to worry about is to plug those holes. You have to find what's not working on your system. And to begin, it's not having a system at all. So that's why you gotta work on, and that's why you need the sales funnel before you start running pay ads. And that's the first biggest mistake that I see most people doing. They have too many leads that they can either not handle because they're not ready to scale their business, or they have the wrong leads that technically are calling them and wasting their salespeople time or their own time, because when you start talking to these people are not even your ideal client. So the first thing you have to worry about is right here, the awareness part of the funnel. So how do you get your business noticed online? Well, this is the awareness stage. What I usually recommend is to use short form content like authentic videos showing your process, highlights of the transformation of the project that you were working on, and definitely let people see your face. And I'll put it right here, educational content. So there is a lot of other things that you can do, but this is the bare minimum that you should be doing for your business. If you have a local service business and you do this, you will be dominating your area in no time. There is a percentage of customers that are already aware of the problem they have, and you want to win those over. Let's not pay for Google, let's make Google work for us. Let's say you are ConnectArt Media, right? You're ConnectArt Media, and I want to rank up higher than this company right here. So the best way to go about this that we've seen that works with our clients is to create video content for your website, for YouTube. Somewhere in Google needs to live. And these videos are gonna do a simple thing. They're gonna answer the questions that your potential customers are already searching for. For example, a roofing company, you will do something like, topic of the video, how do I know if I need a roof repair or replacement? Simple enough. Well, the difference now is that when a client, comes to Google and search for how do I know if I need a roof replacement, this company might not have, even though they're paying Google to rank up high as roofers in my area, they are not gonna rank up higher than me because I created a video to answer this specific question that my client is looking for. So because I'm answering this question and I'm a roofer, I'm gonna be higher, or maybe the first option. The title of your video has to be as similar as possible to what the actual client will be searching for. I see it like the difference between being a homeowner and renting a property. Ideally, in the long run, you want to own your spot. Instead of paying to rank up high, what you do is you create content that Google needs to use to feed back to the people that are searching for it. And that way it boosts your business as a top search in your area. So that's a simple way to go about this, and going from being an average to just being on the top 10, which is ultimately where you want to be. And this is super simple to do. Like, I'll give you another example with a different industry, like not even roofing, painting, for example. You can do a video that says, what is the difference between a 500 and a 5,000 paint job? Simple enough, right? People will be searching for something like that, and you will rank up higher. That way you're investing your money in the long run and not just paying for a spot right now. So answer those questions and you will earn attention and you will build trust to potential clients. And trust, my friend, is the ultimate asset, even better than time, to the point that sometimes the difference between closing a sale with your leads is not just the amount of time that you've been working on it or the amount of money that they are going to pay, it's the amount of trust that they have in you. So that's why it's so important to build that trust. So how do you build trust with your leads to consider your services? So here is where you can send them a checklist, a free guide, or a book, or have them subscribe to your email newsletter. You can walk them through your process, like show what makes the difference in what you do and your service. Even a simple video like here's what happens during your first service call can definitely set your business apart. This is the decision stage, and this is how you turn warm leads into paying customers. So here is where building that trust is so important. And one of my clients uses this strategy perfectly with a pre-recorded series of videos that we help them create. And it's simple. What we do is at every stage of the process, like lead comes in, ex-client comes in. So let's say you're a pool contractor, right? And you will have like 4 different stages of your process. We can divide that in 4 different stages right here. Boom, boom. And the first stage, we will call it the, first sales meeting, when, your sales guy comes out and they talk about the project. Breakdown will be your second part of the process. And then, we will just call it final and inspection, of course. 4 different stages, right? So you will create a video for every single part of the process. One for this, one for this, one for this, and one for this. And you will have that customized for the salesperson that's gonna be dealing with the specific customer. You don't have to mention the name of the client in the video, of course, because it's gonna be pre-recorded. So you put the name of the customer in the email, but the message is from the sales guy who's gonna be taking care of that client. For example, one of the videos can be, hey John, I'm Alex, I'm gonna be taking care of you during all this process, and this email is to explain to you how it's our first meeting. I will show up in time, boom, 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 I'll have all my paperwork, everything, I will bring examples of everything, boom, 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 boom. And what you want is to reduce the friction. When your sales guy shows up, the client feels like they already know this person because they received this email and watched this short video explaining the first step of the process. And the same thing will happen along the way. So what you want to create here is 1, personalized experience. You are making it special for them. And the second is you're reducing misinformation, because let's be honest, most of the time it's our fault that our clients don't know what we're working on or just don't understand something and they can't see it because they haven't done it 3,000 times like we have. So that's why this series right here will help them understand what's going on at every part of the process. You're putting a face to the name. You're building connections. You're showing you care. It feels personal even if it's automated. And that simple move can triple edge your closing rate. Now let's talk about how to get consistent leads with meta ads. Now that your funnel is built, you want to pour water into that bucket. That's where meta ads come in, and it's a really powerful tool if you know how to use it. So start by targeting your audience. Homeowners within 50 miles, people browsing content related to roofing or renovation or pools or HVAC, website visitors who didn't convert it, and this is very, very powerful one. You have to make sure you know who's visiting your website. That's social media. And this content has a message right here sending them to your website. So from here they go to your website, maybe on their phone, maybe on their computer, probably on their phone, and they see your content. They play your video that you have on your website for them to see, but they never submit a form, which is this button right here. What you want to do is you want to target these people. The purchasing process is not a linear thing. People go around and bounce here and bounce there. If you think about Apple, they're everywhere because they want to be relevant. They want you to keep thinking about them everywhere you go. The simplest way to put it is how we say it here in our service guide. It takes from 7 to 10 touch points on average for a client to actually decide whether or not you are the right option for them. And that's why we call it the roadmap, because they have to go through all of these processes. So that's why you have to retarget these website visitors. You have to retarget every single person that has already interacted with at least one of your sources of communication. So you need to identify whether they played a video from the website or whether they submitted a form or not. So if you don't know the difference between these two, or even if they are going to the website or not, you are probably wasting money on advertisement. Okay, so how do you keep that lead alive? Well, we like to retarget our website visitors with other content that is valuable for them. For example, if you run an AC business and you have people visiting your website and you want to retarget these website visitors, what you do is, if you know that they already play your content, or maybe they just visited the website, then we want to create another piece of content. For example, why your AC will fail this summer, for example, why AC fail, right? This is something that if I have AC problems, or if I ever look for AC related information, I would probably want to listen to this. So I create this piece of content and then I target the people who already play this video right here. So I don't target the same audience that this original one is targeting, because this has a different purpose. This is my top of funnel, for example. But now, in the middle of the funnel, I want to target the people who are already interacting with the previous content. And what that makes is it keeps them alive. You never know when they are actually ready to trust you. And that is what this is all about. It's about building that trust. You want an example for a different industry? I got you. Okay, for example, let's say you're a pool contractor. You do pools. You can create another piece of content talking about maintenance. You can create another one talking about price points and how it looks. In the first example, you're giving them valuable information to keep their investment, which is their pool, on good shape for the long term. And on the second example, you are helping those people who are shopping for pools to visualize what theirs might look like. So you're giving them like, okay, here is the low budget one, or the entry budget one. This is the mid range, and this is the top tier, from here and above. So this is how it looks when it's like this. This is how it looks when it's like this, and this is how it looks when it's like this. You're helping them visualize, and by doing that, you're building trust. And that's exactly what this video is. Like, I'm not here pretending to be helpful for no reason. I am here because I want to make money. I want you to know about our services and the processes that we are applying already that work, and how you can do them as well. So that's why you have to do the same thing with your clients. You have to put yourself out there. And at ConnectArt Media, we help you do just that. We create cinematic videos that showcase your work, and we turn them into automated sales tools to get the results that you're looking for.